was really bad. I've had a lot of surgery on my leg, and it's really wild to think back to a year ago today and how I was still in the hospital, how I really wasn't walking, and how they said that I may never walk again. There was no way of knowing. And, we proved them all wrong, and I'm here talking to you guys.
My name is Marty Malley. I am an adaptive personal trainer at Fighting Back program with Fitness Trainers Incorporated. For about 32 years, I've been a physical therapist assistant. I started working mostly with people with disabilities in high school. I used to be a coach and trainer for Special Olympics. I got very involved with a lot of athletics and sports with people with disabilities, and that kind of led me to physical therapy. When I started working with Special Olympics, seeing that giving people the opportunity to do some of the things that I love, and just giving them the help that they need to do them. Sometimes it just takes a coach who can get you to the field, or somebody to encourage you to be more active. Okay, so our program, I believe it started because there is a hole in the healthcare system that people who enter into rehab or physical therapy, physical rehab or physical therapy are only allotted a certain amount of time or a certain amount of visits for their therapy. And once they stop showing what they call progress, or the number of visits is up, and that's dictated a lot of times by insurance, so they only will give you a certain amount of visits per year, and then they're done. And sometimes for people it's saying, okay, well, you've met these goals and now you can go home. But these people cannot just go to a gym by themselves and work out. And as we know here, for anybody else, physical fitness is not, you don't stop. It's a lifestyle, and it's keeping, even if it's just maintaining your health. And sometimes the physical therapy is not warranted. You do not need per se a physical therapist, and so our training is different. So we work with people, their own goals, and what they would like to do. So the idea there is to take people and make their lifestyle better, and they get some say in it. Well, when I decided to kind of embark onto this field, which is, I feel like an extension, because I've worked in acute care and then I worked in rehab, and I worked in outpatient, and so it seemed like I've taken this progression. And then when I thought, wow, this is a whole, and this is something I'd like to explore, I started talking to some physical therapists that I work with and other physical therapists that are friends. And I said, what do you think of this? And they said, as long as it's following that model, it's not physical therapy, it's post-therapy. So these people are medically stable. And they thought it was great. They have all witnessed people that they've had to let go, whether it was just because they didn't need physical therapy anymore or because insurance doesn't cover. So they all felt like this is kind of an extended care thing, which we lose in our society. You come into work and you see people who are facing tremendous adversities, physical, financial, and to be able to provide them with an atmosphere that they can be active and do things that people think that people with disabilities aren't supposed to be able to do. This is not physical therapy. When I was in physical therapy, you create a small bond, but you see somebody maybe for a couple of weeks. Here, you are sometimes working with someone once or twice a week for years. And you get to know them, you get to know their families. And it is it is an emotional type of job, because you're, again, dealing with people who are just have so many roadblocks or things that people have said, oh, you can't do these things, and you're trying to convince them that they can. But you find that they're fulfilling certain dreams or goals that they've had that other people have told them they couldn't fulfill. There's so many different stories. I mean, I have a client who he has no sight or hearing. He's in a wheelchair, yet he is able to do kettlebell rope pulls and tire flips and ride a new step bike that we have here, and just do circuits on some of the machines. Some of our machines are adapted for people in wheelchairs. The seats come off and they are able to pull right up into it. And they get one-on-one training. They're one-on-one with a personal trainer who can help them achieve goals that they have. And I think the standard was always held pretty high. I mean, of course, we're always trying new techniques. We learn from people. All of our trainers come from kind of a different background, so we learn from each other. I steal stuff from them, they steal from us, so we work kind of together. And that way we improve, because you see somebody who has a different approach to the training, and so you're able to kind of to look and see how you can make your training better. It's become a tight community. I mean, we work in close quarters. We're all working around each other. So as I said, the trainers, we don't work individually. I mean, we all know, I know most of the clients, even if they're not mine. We still all know each other on a first name basis. If people come in, we're always saying hello, and you know, we're all talking amongst ourselves. The trainers work together. We definitely trade ideas. We work together. We all work for the betterment of our clients. There's no, individualism here. It's definitely, we're all in the fighting back.